So with the election of Joe Biden to the president of the United States and a Democratic-controlled House and Senate, many people believe that there will be a slew of legislation that will be passed that will really benefit employees not just in this country, but in New Jersey and New York as well. And one of the issues that's central to to President Biden is this issue of mandatory forced arbitration. And what mandatory pre-employment arbitration is basically you employee go to get a job, you sign a lot of papers, and one of the pieces of paper you sign is a document that says you're waiving your right to bring a lawsuit in the courts against the company if they violate the law, if they discriminate against you, if they sexually harass you, if they retaliate against you because you blow the whistle because they were violating the law. You can't have access to the courts. You can't sue them in the courts. It strips your right, your access to the courts, and requires you to go to arbitration in a tribunal which has one person who's generally a lawyer or a judge who's handling the matter. You have limited discovery, etc. But certainly does not allow you access to trial by jury. And so in New Jersey, there have been a number of cases which have supported mandatory arbitration, even of class actions. The Rafa case versus Health Express was that case, and then Screws versus Pfizer was the one that stood for the proposition that even if you have an electronic signature, that's valid. So, in fact, in New Jersey, there's been an action filed in federal court to state as a matter of law that mandatory arbitration is valid and enforceable, and seeks to invalidate an amendment that was made to the New Jersey law against discrimination that said, hey, at least pre-employment or pre-dispute rather, forced arbitration should really be invalid. And what that really means is that that employee goes to get a job, signs all those pieces of paper, one of which waives their right of access to the courts. This amendment to the New Jersey LAD says that should be invalid. Well, there's relief in the future. So one of the bills that's passed before Congress and will be before the Senate and then the President's desk is FAIR. And what FAIR seeks to do is repeal mandatory arbitration. So stay tuned. Certainly a lot of good news for employees across the country, and certainly, as I said, in New Jersey and New York. This is Ty Hadarali. Be safe and be well.